Yeah.
Ah.
Hi.
Oh,
Weird not being
hey.
able to- Hi, we're live.
Hi,
What's
everybody.
Go to randallsylvie.com.
Not right now, but later you can.
Right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
do it right
later.
now.
What's going on, everybody? It's a Grawlix nights. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm off my game.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Randy. Randy's here.
And me. Melanie's here.
Melanie's here. She's hiding.
Where's the window that says Melanie?
I got rid of it.
Or Pimp Grawlix. Oh, it's Science Pimp most recently?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, no, most recently it's Melanie.
Sorry, there's vibrations.
All right. It's also me, JesseKiefer.com.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Feel free to jump in whenever, Jesse.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry. Also,
No.
JesseKiefer.com is here. Go there after you go to randallsylvie.com. Suddenly it's got to be a competition.
That's how it works, though. You read from left to right. So,
hey, Savannah, we're live. Where are you?
she gave up on us already. we weren't there at 8:03. We're 8:05, but we're here at 8:07. We're ready to rock.
I hope to have a few people stroll in because this is a viewer-heavy topic.
Yeah, like that Limp Bizkit song, strolling.
Not like that.
No.
And
God, I immediately regretted it.
Oh, okay.
Rolling.
I know what song like, but it's not the biscuit.
Keep
Where's
it
our
rolling, baby? Because he'd always say, "Baby."
I'm rolling.
And then he directed Travolta play a mentally handicapped person.
That shouldn't have been a bunch of a stretch.
What?
Nothing.
Fred Durst did?
Yeah. That movie, was it the Fanatic?
Yeah, it sounds like a movie.
Oh,
It
really?
just came out not long ago. Got John Travolta. Yeah, it was
Fred Durst was a director?
He directed that movie. Yeah.
Who saw the album Limp Bizkit and the Golden Cobra and thought, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to give Fred Durst a bunch of money and let him direct a movie.
Let him direct
for me.
What? Limp Bizkit and the Golden Cobra? Is that a thing?
I think that was the last album they did.
Oh, we lost a viewer already. This is what happens when you trash talk Fred Durst.
Well, if I had known.
Oh. The only talk Fred Durst gets is trash talk.
Pretty much, yeah.
The only Fred Durst song that I know is a cover of some 80s song.
Gotta have faith.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
We went to a Limp Bizkit concert, and I think it was System of a Down, and
I think I did too, but I still don't remember.
Was it some of the Wu-Tang Clan was there? Because that was when like Red and Meth were touring with them, because they were on at least one good song.
I think I saw them when I saw Korn and Ice Cube and Rammstein.
Ooh, so that would have been one of the big festivals. Festivals.
You guys are bringing the. Hey Savannah, hey Paul. You guys are bringing the 90s cred.
That is when I went. Things.
I can't remember. I think the last big concert I went to, and it was post 90s, was 9 Inch Nails, and it should have been awesome, but it was maybe that wasn't the maybe I don't know, one of the last, but it was kind of not awesome, and I was like, I think I'm done with concerts.
You know what? The 9 Inch Nails one I went to was in the 90s, and it was awesome.
I saw one post 90s that was awesome, but also I think we went more than once, and like one of them was awesome, and one of them was like, so that was a show.
So since we are starting to get the listeners in, what's up, Savannah, Paul, and whoever the other person is? There's somebody else.
It's me. Sorry.
Hey, Jesse.
Sorry to break the illusion here.
You know, we give Savannah some credit. We give Paul a lot of credit. Jesse tunes in every episode. You don't give Jesse enough credit.
It's because I'm so like, I don't know why I need to have it over here too.
Well, it makes sense.
It's here and here.
Makes sense. Well, at the beginning of this, that's why I'm always distracted because I've got other windows open. I've got to do things in. This episode, Savannah says I go to lots of shows, but to be honest, Tool last year was boring. Really?
I think that's more because we're getting old than that they're sucking more personally. Well, they're getting old too. That might be part of it. But you don't want to like stand there and jump for 20 minutes. You want to like sit down and not have your back hurt and have a drink or something.
And Tool really got away from like, I don't know, like they're more into like environmental, like 6-minute long sound.
That's what I'm into now too.
Things.
I should go to Tool.
I mean, it's cool. It's a cool concert to go to, but yeah, I went this past year and same thing. It was good. The music was awesome, but I could have also heard the same thing at home probably.
Well, I was listening to Bela Lugosi's Dead, and I'm like, I wish this didn't have words, and it was all just music, and I would love it.
You would like a Tool show then, because it's a lot of jamming.
Awesome. Peter Murphy.
Okay, but I like the music better. Sorry. That's not the only time. There's a lot of times that I'm like, this thing shouldn't have any lyrics. That'd be great. People need to shut up. Okay.
Well, when it comes to Maynard, you don't want him to talk. You just want him to sing.
Yeah. All hunched over.
Yeah. That's all he does on a Tool stage anyways, is he just kind of does like this back and forth rock thing. It's kind of rocks back and forth. Yes. I had a better time at Perfect Circle. Yes. 100 times yes.
Really? I find that interesting. I like Perfect Circle, but I like the music of Tool more.
Maynard is unchained a little bit in Perfect Circle and his own, like he's got his solo project. I went and saw, it's called Pussifer, is his solo endeavor, and it was pretty phenomenal. Like he wheels out like this mini camper on stage and sets up like a pseudo campfire type of situation, and then he's still got like his visuals and crazy stuff in the background. But yeah, at the Perfect Circle show that I went to, he was like dressed up like Santa Claus, and like, this is way back when. I'm sure they've been back through since, but it was super fun. And that was when they were like a super group. Like, what's his name from Smashing Pumpkins was part of the band. So
I can't remember names.
It was really good.
Did I see a Perfect Circle? Where did I go to? I don't know. Ask Savannah. She would know. She keeps better track of my stuff than I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you did, at least within the last, however long, it was probably with her. I don't know about back in the day if you went with her to a lot of shows or not.
I don't know. I don't remember back in the day very well.
Man, I'm trying to share it from here, and it wants to share it as Grawlix. That's frustrating sometimes.
Melanie has that same issue here. Do you see what this?
Yeah, you know what? It won't give me that option.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's because I'm Randall Sylvie.
You know what? I'm gonna kick you in a private spot.
Okay, I think I'm done. For a moment, it said that couldn't be shared, and then it shared it. Baxter Arena. Let's see. APC. Oh, a Perfect Circle. Paul says APC delivers a much better show. However, this is not the Perfect Circle Tool hour. That was a fine conversation, though. I like it.
And say Pussifer because that's fun to say.
Pussifer is the way I've always heard it said. It sounds dirtier. Sounds like it should be Grawlixed. But Pussifer's grosser in my opinion. More gross.
Yeah. What are we talking about then, Randall?
So this episode, So Grawlix is Legion?
Yes, I am Legion.
So this episode, we had movie homework. I don't know if viewers, listeners, if you got a chance to watch Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, the Fantabulous Emancipation of Jared Leto. But, .com/support and Suicide Squad 1.5.
I thought, wait.
Do you think this movie would have done better or worse if they called it like Suicide Squad 2 or Suicide Squad 1.5? It's not Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey is appropriate.
Yeah. Well, wait, I don't know if it did bad anyway, right?
It didn't do great, but also nobody really knew what the name was.
Yeah.
Even now, you can still find it as either Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, or Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Well, that's the end credits. Is like when it's all done, it's this Birds of Prey and or whatever. It's like.
So we're going to discuss that movie. That was our movie homework. Savannah said she watched it today. Awesome. And then also Cage Match, which I'm super excited for. I kind of hope we get some more opinions from people in the chat, because there's quite a range of Nicolas Cage performances to choose from. And I'm very curious to hear people's reasons for why they would want to get stuck either in quarantine or a desert island, or we couldn't remember what our stipulation was, but whatever, confined with a Nicolas Cage character, which one and why? That's the question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which we should start with. I kind of feel like we should probably start with Birds of Prey.
Yeah, just to get it, because otherwise we'll get so excited with the Nick Cage that we'll be too tired to do the Harley Quinn.
That's true. All right. Well, let's see. First, let me do some info.
Okay, well, do your info. I have a comment, though.
Okay, say your comment.
I think Ewan McGregor was being silly.
Okay, let me do some info. As listed on themoviedb.org, which is my preferred source for movie data info, mainly because all the info is like public domain and or whatever, and technically IMDb owns their listings.
Okay.
Anyway, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, 2020, directed by Kathy Yan, screenplay by Christina Hodson, and of course starring Margot Robbie, Ewan McGregor, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Rosie Perez, this girl, that guy, this girl. Those are like the leads that people know.
Yeah.
Overview: Harley Quinn joins forces with a singer, an assassin, and a police detective to help a young girl who had a hit placed on her after she stole a rare diamond from a crime lord. Harley Quinn. Oh, interesting. There's Savannah's got opinions. I'm gonna hold this for a second, but I actually disagree a lot. Okay, so first, I don't disagree with this. Savannah says it was fun, but not the greatest movie ever. Absolutely fair.
Yes, I agree.
What did you guys think? And we can hold. There's not a lot to spoil with this movie.
Right.
It's not like the plot's there. It's not horrible, but
it doesn't have anything surprising as far as
how it plays out.
Yeah, or that kind of movie would play out, you know?
Right.
So I guess there's certain things like how ultimately it resolves we could maybe not discuss just to keep it somewhat spoiler free. But I don't know. We'll probably be hitting light spoilers, so just kind of a heads up, I guess.
I don't think it matters if we do the results either. But
I know, but still.
Well, my one takeaway from the whole thing is we need more roller derby in movies.
Yeah. I think roller derby fits Harley Quinn.
It does.
Jesse, what did you think?
Overall, I liked it. but also because I didn't have high hopes for it at all. Because, the last time we saw Harley Quinn was in Suicide Squad, which was god awful. And she was probably the best part of that movie. So I should have had a little bit higher hopes for this because, again, she was the best part of that movie. Yeah, I thought it was okay. And I think the reason that I thought it was okay is they stripped away all that ridiculous, there's a lot of stuff that's ridiculous about this movie, but they stripped away a lot of the nonsense, the super world threatening, overarching space witch skyhole nonsense, and just got down to brass tacks of action, and kind of Deadpool meta humor.
Yeah,
just fun.
It's like some weird freaky people here and there, but for the most part it's just bad guys in masks.
Right. Yeah, and I've said many times, I'm not the only one. I probably picked this up from someone online, but DC, in terms of comics, because Harley originated she's one of the few characters that originated in other media and then went into comics. But modern Harley is very much DC's Deadpool. They make her very the fourth wall breaking meta joke character. And this movie definitely does that, but it doesn't do that to the extent that the Deadpool movies do that. And I was actually kind of glad about that.
Or even the comic book. It did hit a lot of the comic book things where it's just the Harley Quinn comic book, but it's not as bad as that was.
She does talk to the camera, but she's also the narrator, so
yeah.
The humor was okay. Like, it was more like just kind of wacky and fun, and for the most part didn't take itself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked, as opposed to trying to be funny and also take itself seriously, or trying to be funny and just missing. I just felt the humor was just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, amusing, but not laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got to get to some of these comments. I haven't yet because they've been jumping. Oh, that last comment, which I totally agree with, came from the Grawlix podcast, so that must be you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that I saw that I kind of disagree with, and maybe we could talk about this a little bit. Savannah says McGregor is not a good villain.
He can be, maybe, but I don't think he was in this particularly either.
I'm going to agree and disagree with her on that. In that, I think he was fine as a villain. I didn't like him as the Black Mask. I think they could have thrown that Black Mask into a dumpster and just played it the way they had it written, and I would have been fine. But that's me being too much of a nerd about it, probably.
Well, that is the common complaint I've heard is that comic book nerds are going to complain about Black Mask.
Yep. Check.
She also, Savannah also went on to say McGregor is lovable kind of guy, but I recently rewatched all the Star Wars, so I might still be stuck on Obi-Wan. I liked McGregor in this a lot. I thought he was a good villain because he was fittingly wacky, but then
creepy.
They did go weird with him.
Yeah.
And for me, he's Black Mask in name, right?
Right.
Kind of had,
but they just reskinned Black. I mean, they're just,
we're going to do our own character, but it's DC. He'll be Black Mask, I guess.
Right.
But Black Mask for me, just not a super strong villain. Right. He's okay, but he's
like a mobster. That's what he is.
Exactly. So I was like, well, I don't have a problem with them altering the character that much. But Jesse, you said it. Zaz is never Zaz enough. Zaz is the one that I actually had a lot of trouble with because
he needs to be legit creepy, scary, because every mark on his body is, and they threw that out there, but it was
yeah, it's there, but he should be more of this. Zaz always struck me as a standalone serial killer. He's off somewhere by himself in an apartment plotting his next little mark he's going to earn himself, as opposed to some dude's right-hand man / low-key boyfriend.
Right.
It
I didn't
seemed
even know that's who he was until I think it was like way late in the movie. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but later on he was like Zaz, and I was like, "That's Zaz." And I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, I guess I see some of the marks on his face, but like, yeah, no."
He used a little bad word.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what she said.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like those two characters, but like it's weird that they made it Black Mask and Zaz because they're not really those characters. But I
Yeah.
like the dynamic those two had because he definitely did kind of egg Black Mask's egg him on a little bit.
Yeah.
Is she laughing at me? Yeah, she is. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that whole scene took a weird, serious turn.
Yeah, no, all of my problems with this movie are my own problems because they're the fact that they reskin some really notable Bat characters in weird ways, like Cassandra Cain. Like,
yeah,
she could have been anybody. She doesn't need to be Cassandra Cain. Just make her a no-name character. She can just be a pickpocket. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird too. Paul says Gotham's Zaz is amazing. I haven't watched too much Gotham, which is unfortunate because we had interviewed this last year. We interviewed one of the producers of that show, and I did not realize it. So,
yeah, I didn't like any of the other female characters really.
Really? Wait, okay, so which female characters did you like?
I like Harley Quinn, and I like the little Asian girl.
So you like Cassandra Cain?
I don't care who she is. She doesn't have to be. I don't even know who Cassandra Cain is, to tell you the truth.
But you liked the character?
Yeah. Except, if I knew somebody was willing to cut me open for a diamond, I would have been like, give me 12 ice creams and some burritos, or whatever it took. I wouldn't have stopped until I got rid of that thing out of my body. And she didn't seem to be trying all that hard to me.
She didn't have a lot. They were eating ice cream. Oh, wait. I don't know. They were eating something out of old cereal bowls. Savannah said the scene with the girl laughing, then dancing on the... that scene we were talking about was out of place. It did seem out of place. And my thought while watching it, before the end of it's kind of spoilers, before the end of the movie even happened, my thought when that scene happened, I was like, they need to make him more unlikable by the end of this movie. That's why that scene's there. Right. It's only there so they can justify whatever happens to him at the end of the movie, because yeah, he cuts people's faces off, but like, despite the movie being rated R and it having a horrible distaste for people's kneecaps, like it and strong language, it wasn't like gory or particularly bloody. So we didn't ever see the face cutting, because that's his thing. He cut out off people's faces apparently, or he has Zaz do it. He was otherwise like just kind of a wacky, mean dude, and they had to make him evil by the end so that Harley Quinn could still be involved with whatever happens to him at the end and not be bad herself.
Yeah.
So that they could justify a killing.
Well, and probably that's also why she had to use awesome glitter shotguns and then beanbag things. You know,
I get it.
The glitter ones were great.
The movie's I did like it. Like, the visual was cool. Hold on. Paul says to Jesse, I think the Cassandra Cain character is going for her orphan moniker from one of the retcons.
I get that, but like throwing a name like that into a movie like this with an established character that's been around as long as Harley Quinn has been around. Harley Quinn's has been around longer than Cassandra Cain. And so the most of what we know about Cassandra Cain is that she's Batgirl. Like, she's like Damien. Like, she's so trained to fight that she can't even talk when we first meet her. So it's tough for me to separate that knowledge of the character.
Yeah.
I was having trouble placing Cassandra Cain because she has changed quite a bit, hasn't she?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because she wasn't always, in because she's this chick kind of currently,
Yeah.
but that's definitely not who she always was.
No. Before she was like Batgirl without any kind of like opening on her mouth because she's not going to talk.
Okay.
She's like a kind of creepy silent assassin character.
But then she wouldn't need Harley Quinn.
Right. No, they just shouldn't have named her
I
Cassandra
agree.
Cain is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't even have this disconnect, and it's my own problem.
No, you're right though, because either people aren't going to know who they are, so don't throw their names in there, or they are going to know who they are, and this isn't them.
Right.
So it's really stupid of them to do it. I agree.
But Birds of Prey.
What about it?
They needed to throw one more BA chick into the team. Otherwise, it's just...
There's only one bird in there, by the way. Okay.
That's true.
Which one's the... Oh, yeah.
And canaries aren't birds of prey.
The one bird character is not a bird of prey. Okay, well, what did Paul says, I'm being hopeful there's a payoff later.
Nah.
That's the thing, like doing a movie like this, like it's at least so it is a team coming together, and basically in the last sixth of the movie or something.
Yeah.
I watched some YouTube video. It's legitimately like an hour and 20 minutes before they're actually like kind of a team. But it also doesn't feel like this is just setting up a Birds of Prey movie or another Birds of Prey movie.
Well, and even at the end, they separated, and Harley and Cassandra, I guess, went off on their own. And I don't know what happened to the cop lady. She quit being a cop, I know, but
Montoya. How do we feel about Montoya in this too?
She's getting too old for this stuff.
I don't. She is my least favorite character. It's and not the comic character, but the way she is in here. She's fine, but it doesn't make sense to me. Even if like she was just super tired of being stepped over at her job. Give me your badge and gun, because she lives in an 80s cop movie, as they joked repeatedly. I still don't buy her teaming up with these criminals, because they're all criminals.
Right.
Some of them are killers, and I don't buy her teaming up with them again. And no offense, I shouldn't say it. I don't really like. Is it Rosie Perez?
Yeah,
Rosie Perez. Yeah.
I don't really care for her.
I like her as certain characters and certain things, and this is not that character or that thing.
Paul says she was written too stiff.
That's part of it.
She needs to be able to like Latino out a bit and just like at somebody. That's her natural habitat.
Oh God, I'm backing out of this.
Okay, look at all the movies that she's in.
She's great. I loved it.
If you look at all the movies that she's in, the ones that she does the best in are ones where she can do that.
Nothing I can say that'll look good.
It doesn't look bad.
No, yeah, I didn't care for her in this, and I guess she's not bad casting, but she is also much older than all the other Birds of Prey characters.
But she's got experience,
I guess.
That scene where she's drunk and fighting Harley Quinn was pretty comedic.
I did appreciate that. I mean, really, what did she do? She showed up drunk to join them at the end. Like, I guess I appreciate that. That's pretty much her role in the movie.
Right.
Black Canary was okay. Like, she was tough and stuff, but like, and they spent some time with her. The movie spent some time with her. Just
because they had to establish that she had a power that she wasn't using.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And even then, I spent a couple minutes on it, but. And the other chick, too. Her backstory was like.
Huntress?
Yeah.
Potentially the most interesting and comic booky of backstories gets like info dump narration or explanation or whatever. Yeah.
They had to make everything cheek, like everything was cheeky in this movie.
I did like though, however, that she's like, oh well, that guy's dead, so I'm done now. Bye. I like that.
This is interesting art. I don't know if this is
It's the birth of Venus.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it's based on.
All right, well, let's get to it then. Women. Doing it for themselves. I actually haven't heard, I don't know, I haven't looked too much into people's opinions on this. Generally, I think it's favorable. I think people kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that I haven't seen a whole lot of angry white guy YouTube reviews of this. The little bit I've seen has been pretty favorable.
That's because they still had them wearing tight clothes and, crying because their boyfriends broke up with them.
I suppose.
I'm just kidding.
She's eating ice cream and crying because their boyfriend broke up with her. That's a woman thing. I don't know. I thought it was fine. It was definitely, it was written by a woman. It was directed by a woman. I appreciate that. Like, if you're gonna,
yeah, I guess I was a little upset, sort of, that they were like, well, now she broke up with the Joker. She doesn't have his protection, so everybody's after her. But she pulled off half of the stuff that happened she did basically by herself, and they should know that because she was the one, going out and setting everything up and getting everything ready and executing most of it.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of that though in this specific version.
Okay, well, I guess not, but
I will say this is surprisingly accurate to the bit of the newer Harley Quinn comics that I had read, which was not much, but I had read some. And her living in that apartment, she had, I thought she had 2 hyenas.
She did.
But she at least had a hyena.
Mm-hmm.
She had the gopher, which did not talk to her. Didn't the gopher talk to her?
She talked to it
in the comics,
and it talked back to her. But you mean
they kind of joked about it in the movie a little bit, but they didn't really go that. And see, that's the thing. Like, Deadpool probably would have gone that far, so it like had a little bit of restraint.
That's what happened.
I don't know when this was, but Paul said, but it's a man's world.
Yeah, that's why what's her butt had to quit her job. They wouldn't let her be Latino enough.
Or cop enough.
Or cop enough. Okay. I'll try to mute it next time.
Okay. Just anticipate my bodily functions.
It's her unicorn. Anybody else have anything else to say about Birds of Prey?
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, what about the action? What do you guys think? I thought that the fight scenes were all really well choreographed. There were only a few points where I was like, okay, that's a little slow and sloppy, but like for the most part, it's really pretty tight knit action.
We need more roller derby, and that includes roller skating behind cars, because that is awesome.
Oh my God. Yeah. Some of the kicks and stuff, like where they would really mess up people's knees, man.
Yeah.
I think the action, especially towards the end, was the knee thing. This movie had a thing for knees. But I like the action. I like the fight scene towards the end. In the Funhouse.
Oh yeah. And why is this the first time we've had a live action Funhouse battle?
Right. No. Okay. Slight spoiler on screen. I like the way that played out too. But no, I like the action. I like the way it was done. It wasn't like the quick cut action. It was a lot of long takes and choreography, and just, it's kind of a set piece, jumping off the weird tongues of those like statues and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it wasn't mind blowing, but it was pretty good. And I think I heard that.
And fighting in a slide is cool too.
Yeah. And one of maybe the fight choreographer or somebody, it's one of the guys that worked on John Wick. So like, yeah, I mean, it's good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh. But for Paul's comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. We don't know that because we didn't see.
We've seen.
Oh, we saw.
We've seen.
I don't remember then.
Really? That's
I thought he fell.
She took her ring.
okay. Full spoiler. The timing of it was great. He exploded in midair.
Okay.
He fell off, and you expect him to fall and explode, but he falls and just explodes instantly in midair and right in front. And you're like, oh,
okay.
It was good. They kind of played with your expectations.
I don't recall.
Maybe they even subverted my expectations.
Yeah.
So do you think this is a good movie, or an okay movie, or do you think this is better than Suicide Squad and everybody was expecting maybe Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Really?
Better than Suicide Squad.
Oh, I definitely think it's better than Suicide Squad.
I wouldn't necessarily go so far as to say it's a good movie. It's an okay movie.
Okay.
I copied it from my niece.
But do you think it's okay because it's an okay movie?
Oh, I didn't do anything for my niece. I just wanted her to watch it. Okay, what were we saying?
Nothing.
Yes, it's an okay movie. I thought it was okay on its own merits, but also I thought it was going to be slightly better than Suicide Squad. But I think it exceeded my expectations into it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It exceeded my expectations into
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's not as
I wish I had paid money for this one. The way that I paid money for Suicide Squad, because I'm never getting that money back.
That was a miserable movie. It's not a good movie.
No, and I've got 2 copies of it that I'll never watch again because I bought the bundle where you could watch the extended cut because I thought after seeing Batman v Superman, maybe extended cut would help it. No. They just put more Leto in there.
They just put more Leto, and that definitely did not help it.
No, that didn't help it.
No Leto in this at all. Like you get a slight
body double
where you see him from behind in one shot.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Then you got a drawing of his face.
Well, you got to draw. I appreciate the drawing of his face was just so comic book Joker.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't look like an actual person. It was a comic book drawing, totally.
And in the beginning, they did an animated series version of the Joker. So
yeah, nice callbacks to. We seen her in the animated bit, her in the original Harley Quinn suit.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point we see there's a couple of variations of the Harley Quinn, the more popular versions of the Harley Quinn suits.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main Harley Quinn suit in this is a little less revealing, I think, than the Suicide Squad movie Harley Quinn suit.
Oh yeah, because Suicide Squad was booty pants or whatever, booty shorts, and this was legit pants at some points. So,
do you think this needed to be rated R?
No.
For the language and the violence, but other than that, no.
I don't even think that really.
I mean, for the language that's in there, it definitely needs to be rated R.
Yeah, they could have cut that language and made it more like a PG-13. But when you exploded, dude, that's pretty R.
I would say because the violence isn't that bad, minus the kneecap stuff.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Which Savannah hated. But she's got things with knees, so.
Well, of course she does.
Yeah. The language was not necessary, but man, I liked the explosion bit at the end enough to where I'm yeah, that kind of justifies it. Not that they need to justify it. I'm fine with an R-rated thing, but it's Harley Quinn, for better or worse, was very popular with younger people.
Yeah, that's because they want somebody that's fun. And
now they got somebody who's fun and then
butt.
snorts a powder, a cloud of cocaine.
Oh my
God.
God.
Gets excited to fight. But I seen that. I was I really don't understand who this movie's really for. They're not quite going for who I thought they would go for with this movie.
Right.
No rated R, Savannah says. I mean, I think it's fine that it is. But
we grew up in a different world than you and probably Jesse.
I'm 6 days older than you.
Yeah, but you were censored. Your life was censored, and mine was not, and neither was hers.
I watched The Exorcist.
I watched Hellraiser when I was like 5.
She's perfectly adjusted.
I am.
No, I just find it interesting. But apparently Margot Robbie fought a lot for this movie and pushed for the R rating. And
Really?
yeah. Because they wanted to show blood. They didn't want to be they didn't want to be restricted, and I totally get it.
Yeah.
But I feel like what ended up being on screen, it's not like they fought for any, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not whatever.
Excuse me. Sorry. Did I embarrass you?
Savannah says Mel showed me the original It when I was like 4. Okay, that can be trauma. It is a TV movie, but
It is a TV
4.
movie. It's good though.
Which part?
It?
Just tell me one part.
Whoever likes, I haven't seen the second modern It Chapter 2. Whoever prefers the adult parts of It,
No one, because they're the
it's
boring parts.
lame.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed chapter 1, but I have not even bothered to watch chapter 2 yet.
Not everybody.
Because, yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's unfair, but like, yeah, it's not interesting.
Right.
And I don't even want to see what they do at the end.
Oh, well, they're not going to. Why, dude? Unless we get child orgy, I'm not interested.
No.
Is that what you're referring to?
No.
That book is dark.
Yeah, it is. No, I meant
Savannah says,
it takes some really weird space turtle-y stuff at the end. So yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Was it a giant spider?
I don't know.
If it's not Tim Curry in there,
that's the only way to get me on board with It Chapter 2, which came out forever ago, and they're not interested in me being on board. It's revealed that this version of Pennywise was still Tim Curry.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's his name? Does his little camera shake dance and then pulls his face off, and it's Tim Curry.
Well, you know what? Sorry, I'm responding to Savannah. Well, I was just passing along the tradition because I was scared to pee alone for a long time too.
Yeah, she said I was terrified to pee alone forever. I'm terrified to pee with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't land like I hoped.
That's why girls go to the bathroom together, is because we scare the crap out of each other when we're little, and then we're like, I can go to the bathroom alone, you have to come with me.
I can't even go to the bathroom unless somebody's there to scare the crap out of me.
You might want to see a urologist for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, we spent 42 minutes on that movie.
I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, in the cage.
We ready for a cage match?
Oh yeah.
It's a little slim on our viewers tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah. The
good ones are here. Yeah, it's the quality of the company, not the quantity.
That's right.
Very true.
Do you guys have your cage match picks? And if you do, how many of it? It's just you guys. If you guys want, you can join us on this and talk, or you can just stay in the chat. But I do have audio. I have a email audio clip sent in to us to play.
Oh, did a certain someone here's the cool thing, guys. Like sometimes we flake on you, right? And you get 0 Grawlix in a week. But then there's weeks like this week where you get 2 Grawlixes in 1 week.
I don't even I have episodes I don't know what to do with. Technically, I could release 4 episodes this week, but I'm not going to.
Whew.
Because I split the last week's
that's right.
Facebook stream. I split in half because it was super long. And I was like, well, the puzzle segment can be its own episode. But then we did that extra live cast stream on Monday. And I was like, what do I do with this? So I'm just going to hold the puzzle one up back a little bit, I think.
Yeah, keep it in the bank.
Yeah.
So who's going to start?
Matt D, I think.
Okay, have Matt D start.
All right.
Even though I don't think he should be allowed, because just get your own Facebook, dang it.
He doesn't. I would think you would be understanding of that.
No. Do I get on Twitter and twit? No, I don't, because I'm not on Twitter.
So what you're saying is I should make a profile for Matt G on Facebook, post a couple times, and then never use it again, because that's what I did for you on Twitter.
Yes.
I wish they would let us stream to at least 2 with the free version, because then we could send this off to YouTube and he could watch that.
Yeah, and we'd get his comments.
Right.
I've been thinking about it.
Well, I was watching Roman Podcast, and holy moly, those guys have got this thing like unlocked. Like they had a background where they fit each of their heads on what looked like an iPad, and I was like, what kind of sorcery are they doing?
They do. I'm not sure what they're using, if it's this or something else, but
It looks like this, but it looks like better.
They do something interesting, and I was a guest on their show a little while ago, and what we see, it's not like this, because what in this, nobody cares about this, but whatever. In StreamYard, what you see is what we're seeing now too.
Right.
But when I recorded with them, we had it was just a standard layout. But then if you looked at the live stream, it was all arranged nicely and different. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm not sure what they're using. But you've been on, I've got a couple of your live streams with, well,
I was on Daydream Instruction Manual just last week.
After Dark.
After Dark, yes.
Is that what it is? After Dark?
Yeah. And they have it unlocked, or they're working on off the paid version, and they've got some extra stuff. Like it's got the ticker on the bottom, and then they can put their little logo up here where the duck is. And
so man, how much Grawlix stuff am I going to pay Patreon and bring in that much in? And I should mention, though, we do have a new patron person.
Ooh, thank you. And thank you to everyone who is a Patreon member.
Yes.
In case you're not, let's go ahead and slide that in real quick. We have a Patreon account. If you want to join us over there, we post bonus episodes up there when we can.
Yeah.
And you can become a Patreon for just $1 a month.
As low as $1 a month. In fact, $1 a month will get you pretty much everything. We have higher tiers, but
no one's unlocked them yet.
Well, we do have some people in the higher tiers, or at least we have had. But those are like higher tier rewards, so we do them less. I don't know. But I wanted to give a shout out real quick.
They leave.
While you're looking that up, what we talked about on the lunchbox, we brought the lunchbox live back. We went to Castbox, and we immediately remembered why we left Castbox in the first place. But I think we had a good time, and we just kind of talked about like random nerd news. So if you're missing the nerd news from this week's live cast, this night's episode that you're listening to and watching right now, you can go to Castbox and get that replay, or you can get it on our regular feed. I think you said you put that up. So if you're missing the news for this week, go check that out. GrawlixPodcast.com.
I lied. We don't have another patron.
We don't.
They were for a moment, and now they're not.
They tried it out. They downloaded all the free content and left.
Oh, I bet they did. So technically, I guess if you want, you could become a patron, download our entire 60-something collection of Patreon exclusive episodes. That's seriously, there's like 50 or 60 episodes that aren't public, and then bail.
Yeah. That's why some people do the like pay for the month up front, because there are people who do that, but we're not paying that close attention.
I'm just glad somebody other than Jesse's listening to those.
They're great, guys. They're great. There's all sorts of inside jokes and stuff that
sometimes they're better than the actual episode.
Yeah, we've done some really quality pre-shows.
Yeah, I like them. Paul said didn't like that random India call. Was it India or Pakistan?
Pakistan, yeah.
Yeah.
He was super interested in how many people could be on the call.
Yeah.
Yes, and also like blown away that we knew each other.
Yeah.
That we were all from the same place.
And I get it, like that's not the standard MO for live casts. It's usually one person's doing whatever and then just having people call in. But I don't think the stream could hear it. I think somebody messaged. Okay. But That's so. That is the standard live cast call. Somebody who wasn't listening to what you were saying before, they like seriously, they'll join, call, and they just be like, "So where are you at?" "Oh yeah, no." "So what time is it over there?" It's like, dude,
I've never used this app before, and I'm using it today.
I've never used this app before. Yeah.
Or the best one for me. "You're in America. I want to come to America. It would be great in America. I speak American, and blah blah blah. You should bring me to America." Remember that?
I do.
There's the one kid that was like, "Do you guys like guitars?" or something like that.
Yeah.
I get salty. I can't help it because it's rude to me. Like, and I used to watch if it said they joined and they're immediately calling, hang up every time. Because it's like they don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the cage.
We're talking about the cage match.
Cage.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
Matty D.
Let's get cagey. Give me 2 minutes to shirt up and I'll join live. Thank you, Paul.
That was Daydream Instruction Manual's stipulation as well, so don't act like it's weird.
All right.
Hold on, Paul. Hold your shirt on.
That was blocking Wiley. Oh, guys can talk.
Okay.
Okay, it's over.
Okay.
Guys, we need to figure something out.
Yeah, we need a code. Like, all right, riff.
It don't work. It don't work. And I get it. Like, it puts you guys on the spot.
Yeah.
So okay, cage match. I don't know okay, how do we start this?
I thought we were going to play Matty D's.
Oh god, dang it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep
so
track
distracted.
of things in my brain a little bit once in a while.
So to set the stage, the idea, if we kind of mentioned it at the beginning of the show, at the top of the show, but just in case you're just joining us or you joined us late tonight, the cage fight, the idea was what Nick Cage character from what Nick Cage movie would you want to be stuck in quarantine with or on a deserted island? Like what, you're stuck with them for whatever reason. Which character and why?
All right. So I think I might, just to be safe, mute us while this is playing.
All right.
And this goes for you too, Jesse. If you guys don't hear the audio, let me know, but we should all be able to hear it.
Okay.
Okay. And Paul, hold on just a second. I'll add you here in a second, but I'm going to mute all of us across the board.
All right, let's see. Got the car packed, got the corn nuts, and I'm gonna get in this vehicle and I'm gonna drive for the Grawlix Nights podcast. Wait a minute. Oh man, it's on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Hey folks, Matty D here from the 60s Reboot podcast and Comics with My Kids. I'm good friends with Jesse, Randall, and Melanie, and I just had to send in this little clip about their cage match. Their Nicolas Cage question of who would you be stuck on an island with? So yeah, I thought it over and I'm like, if you're stuck on an island, you're gonna want somebody who can help you out. Someone that I don't know, could kind of see things in the future and look forward and kind of give you that, hey, you don't want to do that because you're gonna wind up eating you don't want to eat that bad fish because it's going to give you some diarrhea, man. Or perhaps even use some kind of super ability to choose the events that's going to happen today to try to get off the island. Kind of a reverse Gilligan or an opposite Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. So that Nick Cage would be the Nick Cage from the movie The Next. and that was the movie that came out in 2007, starring Nicolas Cage, Julianne Moore, and Jessica Biel, in which Nicolas Cage's character, who was this kind of dorky looking Las Vegas magician that could see in the future by a couple minutes. The FBI discovered his powers, and so they track him down to try and have him utilize his powers to stop a nuclear terrorist attack. The entire movie is basically a chase show with Nick Cage and Jessica Biel. It's a fun and interesting movie. I recommend it for just a good popcorn flick. So, yeah, that's my Nick Cage that I would pick for the cage match. So, folks, if you get a chance, check out the 1960s Reboot podcast over there on the emcpod.net/60s Reboot. That's 60s Reboot podcast. And check out my other podcast, Comics with My Kids. So, but yeah, have a great night, guys. I really enjoy Grawlix Nights. I may not be able to watch it on Facebook Live, but at least I get to hear it on the stream. Facebook. It is the McDonald's of internet.
All right, we're back on the McDonald's of internet. Oh, I gotta need to turn the. Okay, yeah, thank you, Matt. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
I've never seen that movie. Have you guys ever seen Next?
I haven't seen that either.
No.
What's Knowing then? And how is that different?
Oh God, Knowing had space angels, and it was so bizarre.
And
Space Angels.
Space Angels making an arc. That only would accept children.
Oh, I always thought the movie that he was talking about there Next. I always thought that was Knowing, but I haven't seen either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Knowing is a trip. We saw that one in theater, and yep, not getting that money back.
And it did not advertise as that either. It looked like it was like a horror movie or something. And it was basically like not Event Horizon, Deep Impact. It was like it was in that era of like everything's coming to an end, Armageddon style movies, and he started off that way, but then it shifted a little bit too.
Yeah,
some stuff.
Jesse, you seem to miss the days when you could just sneak into theaters.
Yeah,
for free.
Yeah, theater hopping. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, going with a jar of pickles and a thing of Pringles. Yep.
Yeah, spend the whole day there and just go from. I mean, who did that? Not me. No,
You know what? I don't think that nowadays. The last time I went to the drive-in, I'm pretty sure that you just had to pay by carload. But I remember being little, and my mom used to make us hide in the trunk, so she didn't have to pay for us.
Yeah, they probably got a lot more relaxed with it now.
I don't think there are drive-ins anymore.
But they make all their money off of food.
They're making it come back.
In fact, I've heard of. It's nowhere near here, but there's like a drive. That's like the only movie theaters open at this point, drive-ins, because social distancing is less of an issue.
Yep, I like Event Horizon too. It's great.
Okay. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Hello.
It wasn't quite Kermit. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what it was either. It just came out.
Let's hear your cage match.
It's actually a two-way tie.
It's appropriate cage match then.
Yeah. It's a mix between Nick Cage from I forgot the name of the movie. National Treasure.
Okay.
And because he's incessantly boring and he could put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Cage from Raising Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Because he's nuts. And if he can get toilet paper like he can get diapers, I'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that's like the perfect setup.
Okay, I'll show the National Treasure Nick Cage for now because the other one might come up again later. Okay. I don't think I've watched any of the National Treasure movies ever. So is he more like low key in those movies?
Yeah, he's like
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he's the historian, like directed his indie. It's all about the history for him.
So, when it comes to my pick, I guess maybe we can segue to my pick. When it comes to my pick, that's the line of thinking I went with is like, I don't need an amped up Nick Cage around me all the time. And there's not a lot of versions of Nick Cage that aren't amped up. So for mine, wait though, I went with Nick Cage from Adaptation. However, let's find a picture here. That's a good one. So he plays Charlie Kaufman, who is the actual writer of the movie, but it's a Charlie Kaufman movie. It's very weird and meta. But there are actually 2 Nick Cage performances in that. There's him as Charlie Kaufman, and I was like, yeah, he's the most unassuming. He's not going to mess with you. But then again, he's also just a downer. He's very neurotic, and he's just be depressed all the time. It's like, if I was stuck with him, I don't know if I'd want necessarily to be with like just downer version. But
he's more of an Andy Kaufman.
No. He also plays Donald Kaufman, the fictional twin brother of this character, who looks exactly the same, except he's upbeat and successful, and he would get annoying too. But I think I'd rather have him around more often than.
Yeah, because you'd feed off each other's negative energy then.
I actually did think of this. Yes, I was like, I would identify and probably have more interesting conversations with this one. But I can't have that all the time.
Yeah, but that'd be hanging out with Eeyore. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, like it would become a negative energy.
You guys would be chasing your tails.
Adaptation, by the way. It's been a long time since I watched that. Anybody ever seen that? You've never seen it?
Nope.
Not in a while, no.
I don't think I've seen that one.
But
I've heard good things.
Third.
It came out in 2002. Directed by Spike Jonze.
Okay.
And written by Charlie Kaufman, who did one of my favorite movies ever, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, yeah.
He did Being John Malkovich, so it's weird.
Oh, man.
I was just singing the other day. I was singing Malkovich.
I remember.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah, that was on the Lunchbox.
We were all there.
It was on Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Well, you guys all heard it.
Yep.
I didn't really care for Schenectady, New York.
No, that was weird.
It was the first one he directed himself, and he did a fine job. But it was a little too up itself.
Yeah. So.
All right, that's my pick. Which one of you guys, Jesse, Melanie?
I don't care. I can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
My pick for Nicolas Cage to be trapped with was also Nick Cage from Raising Arizona. And my thinking there was he's capable enough to do some things like get groceries or whatever, or kidnap a baby. But he's still chill enough that we could just like
hang out
and relax and not drive. He wouldn't drive me completely nuts, Yeah,
he is pretty chill. He would be one of the more fun in a slightly less dangerous way versions.
Yes, I agree.
So he's the Matthew McConaughey of his Nick Cage characters.
Yes.
Right?
That's
pretty good. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down with that. That's also a good movie. That's an excellent movie.
I love it.
So that's an underrated movie.
Yeah. It's Coen Brothers. It still has the Coen Brothers like tone, but it feels like it leans more obvious comedy than other Coen Brothers movies, even though, I don't know. I guess some of their stuff.
Got John Goodman, though.
Yeah.
So you know it's a Coen Brothers movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Jesse?
Okay, so I've got a few just quick take honorable mentions and then I'll get into what I wound up with. Raising Arizona, that's the way to go, and that's probably the one I should have chose, but I didn't think of it. I don't know why. I went like more recent, but then I also thought like if I'm stuck on a desert island, then I want someone with some skills. Like maybe I'm going to need a campfire, and we know that Johnny Blaze can just start one with his urine. So. So Ghost Rider Nick Cage has some skills that, might be useful on a desert island.
Yeah, track planes and stuff.
So I was like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, we'd never run out of like campfire.
This could always be hot.
yeah,
definitely won't freeze to death.
Yeah. So my first inclination when we came up with this idea was leaving Las Vegas Nick Cage, because at least at the beginning he was just like drinking beverages and hanging out by the pool, and like there's nothing wrong with that. But then again, he was doing that to ultimately kill himself. So again, a little too depressing towards the end there. So what I went with was if I'm going to be stuck with just one person, I want somebody that is going to be a little bit Nick Cagey, a little entertaining. And so I'm going to go with maybe my favorite Nick Cage, over the top Nick Cage. And that is the Army of One Nick Cage.
Oh God. That's been on the to-do TCU list for a long time.
Yeah. So I doubt that anyone has seen this yet. But this version of Nick Cage believes that he has visions of God, and God tells him to go kill Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
And he's basically like, what if, I don't know, it's like the Dude, but not the Dude, like a lot dorkier version of the Dude goes to the Middle East to kill Osama bin Laden.
So it's like a modern day Don Quixote.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. And God is played by Russell Brand, so it's incredible. And it got very poor reviews.
It got very poor reviews.
I think so. Oh, good. Yeah. So here we are.
Was the sound coming through?
I'm not hearing the sound.
It's not now.
No. Okay.
I was hearing it.
Okay, well, I figured we could keep talking, but
I just feel like this guy, like he'd be talking to God. He'd be just, I don't know. You definitely would not get bored.
Gary looks like my Uncle Carl.
So I guess real quick, okay, Savannah said I picked. Hold on, I need to make sure I didn't miss any messages. Okay, Savannah said I picked Ghost Rider. Yeah. So that's Savannah's pick.
Was it for the fire too?
It was for the fire pee, huh? And, well, sweet motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess it was
I don't.
If
you need to get from one end of the island to the other really fast.
He's
how big's the island?
So it can't ghost things like float. So couldn't they just drive it all the way?
He doesn't he drive up? I don't know. I feel like I might have seen the first Ghost Rider.
I did not see any of them.
Yeah, I saw the first one. I don't think I saw
the second one.
The second one was very acid trippy.
Did he use his motorcycle on anything that was not a flat, hard surface?
I don't remember.
Well, ghosts should be able to go wherever they want, including through walls, in my opinion. But
Savannah says, "Why not hang out with a ghost for a while?" And I only assume she said it with that tone.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'd be said with that tone.
Or almost like a "Why not Zoidberg?"
Yeah.
Why not ghost? I can't do it. I lost it as soon as I never had it. Okay.
I could just watch this trailer over and over and over.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. Jesse, you sent that to me forever ago, and the idea was to do an Army of One double feature, which was that, and was it the Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah,
Army
Dolph
of One?
Lundgren. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. It's got to happen.
My maybe was gonna pick, but I didn't because I was gonna pick for what I did was I don't know Peggy Sue Got Married.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's just so I could make him sing for me over and over and over, and then I left him.
Okay, so real quick then, just off the top of your head, Nick Cage, you do not want to get stuck with anywhere.
Con Air.
That's such a good thing. Oh, I can't
Really?
stand his.
Yeah.
I can't stand his fake accent.
His accent, yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
I actually thought like he's pretty chill for the most part until you really make him mad.
Yeah.
Until you get John Malkovich involved.
Yeah.
Who's the vampire one?
Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hang out with that one either.
No.
He's a combination of neurotic and like delusional, really.
Mm.
I was to say, post-event, Color Out of Space or Mandy, Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Post event,
Yeah.
early.
Early event, like pre-event, Mandy, Nick Cage is fine.
I'd hang
That
out with
dude's
him.
super chill.
Super mellow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Overly mellow.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know
sure
that
I would trust Face Off Nick Cage either.
Oh,
No.
there's no
No.
face off Nick Cage. Either he's crazy Nick Cage, or crazy Nick Cage with John Travolta in him, and neither of those sound like a good thing to me.
No.
Early Color Out of Space Nick Cage wouldn't be bad, but they kind of seem like they have a wine cellar.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
He was
not.
a little too
Alpacas.
snobby. He was a
That's-
little too
yeah.
art snob for
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
He was such an artist.
Yeah.
Savannah doesn't want National Treasure Nick Cage.
No.
But you'll get plenty of sleep.
Put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Just get a
but
good pillow.
He wants to hang out with his parents and stuff.
Wild at Heart Nick Cage, not interested.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I'm not overly fond of Nick Cage in the knowing
In no
either.
math pick, yeah.
Because he was like super mathy at the beginning, and then he was just like once he found out about Space Angels.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I did it again. I got that confused. Matt's pick was next. Okay. See, I forever will confuse those movies.
And there's like 5,000.
That's when he blew up
Nick Cage
into
movies.
like it started with Con Air. I feel like he became an action star,
Right.
and he's one of those where I'm like, why?
And then he was
they just
gone
start
in
pumping him
60
out,
seconds.
pumping them out.
No.
Oh, gone in
Hey,
60
did
seconds.
Spider-Man Noir count as a Nick
Oh, he
Cage
would,
role?
he would have been
Oh.
all right. Yeah.
Definitely not. Wait, no. Which one was he? He was the noir. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
said
wasn't
it.
he the
You
big
said
one
it.
too?
No, I was mistaken.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Also, Nick Cage Superman in Teen Titans Go to the
Yes.
Movie. That Nick Cage would be all right too, because he's dopey and funny.
How about Nick Cage Superman in the Superman movie that they didn't make?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll never know.
I'm okay with not knowing.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
probably
the,
fair.
I want the Nick Cage where he's Randy's friend. That's who he is in the movie.
Like you just invented a movie.
No, I don't know what movie it is. It's old. It's like pre
Oh.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, there's also
Oh.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High where he's just like him and Eric Stoltz are just buddies of what's his name. So they're
Oh,
like
maybe
So
that's
I'm
one.
guessing
total
Best of
minor
Times.
character. What?
I'm guessing she's talking Best of Times.
Probably.
Maybe.
What does it
That's
say
the
his
only
character's name?
one before Nicholas.
Okay, then I don't know.
Did he?
Maybe it is Fast Times at Ridgemont High then.
And then there's Valley Girl where he's Randy.
Oh, he's Randy in Valley Girl.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm mushing two together then in my brain. Because I thought he was the friend of Randy, but I guess he's Randy in one and then the friend of somebody in the other one.
Well, it's all right there in a 3-year span, so it's easy to do.
Let's see. He did The Rock. He did Con Air, and he did Face Off. All let's like 96, 97, 97.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, he does these like 2 to 3 year stints, and then he goes on a break, and then he comes back 3 years, boom, and then
Spends all his money and then he's like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, no, he does see like he likes, collects dinosaur skulls and castles. So then he has to do a whole bunch of indie movies.
but he doesn't buy
Snake
Tiger.
Eyes. No.
I appreciate his more recent indie movie selection. He's done a lot of strange, quirky, like horror movies and stuff like that. I mean, Mandy and Color Out of Space, but even before that, like Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
you guys, that was a fun movie where all the adults go crazy and try to kill everybody.
All the kids.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's like that,
Like
kind
the
of
opposite of Children of the Corn.
basically.
Well, more so even.
But it's that kind of like comedy horror kind of.
It's like, okay, here's the best scene of it for me is all these kids are at school and they have the gates shut and the parents are like, come here, come on, come here. And they're like, don't go. And they're like trying to lure their kids over there so they can murder them.
Yeah.
oh man.
That's going to be the end of the summer in America. Watch.
that was a McG movie. You guys know who McG is? I think he did I might be wrong, but I think he did Boondock Saints. And my main complaint with Mom and Dad was like, from a stylistic point of view, it did some things where I'm like, dial it back. Trying a little too hard to be edgy. But the movie itself was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, City of Angels, Nick Cage is too sad.
Oh,
City of
man.
Angels. Dude, that is a horror movie because he is the most creepy stalker guy. He just mopes around following this. Was it Meg Ryan?
Yeah.
Following Meg Ryan all around. It's like, that's not a love story. That's a horror movie.
But then he gets,
But he's also an angel.
Then
So
he gets her and then she's like,
yeah. Spoilers on City of Angels, which came out 20 something years ago.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
and if we
God.
wanted to hang out with a ghost Nick Cage, we could hang out with Marley from A Christmas Carol.
Was he in a Christmas Carol movie?
He was the voice of Marley.
In which one? There's a million, dude.
2000. Where did it go?
The only one that counts is
2001.
Scrooge.
Scrooge.
And
And there's no Nick Cage there.
he didn't even want that movie.
Nick Cage would fit in that movie. Not as Scrooge, but he would fit somewhere in that movie.
Yeah, he would.
I could see it.
He should be one of the homeless guys.
Yes.
Well, if they ever decide to remake Trading Places,
Wait.
Spaces and
or
places?
Trading Places, the Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd movie,
Are they going to put Nick Cage as Eddie Murphy?
that would be a fun fit.
Or John Travolta. Do Trading Places, but with the Face Off crew.
Trading Places pieces.
Whitewashing.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Whitewashing got me, and Whitewashing and John Travolta got me thinking. Have you guys ever seen a movie called? It came out in the '90s called White Man's Burden.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm sorry.
I've never seen this. Is it awful?
I
it
bet it
or-
doesn't. I bet it doesn't hold up very well. But I liked it at the time.
Really?
I liked it
I've
when
never-
it came out.
The idea of it is good.
I've
Yeah.
never heard anything.
I don't know
good.
about the execution, and some of that I think might have been the acting, but
I've
I don't
never
know.
heard anything good.
it's a good idea. And that, you know what they should do? They should do that with Trading Places. They should make the white person like poor and ghetto, and then have black people make fun of him and trade on him, just so they can have fun with it.
Savannah says they better not redo Trading Places. It's perfect as is.
It's going to
That's
happen
just
at
because
some
you get to
point.
see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs and you like it.
Savannah? Oh, okay. I was like, you talking to me? It's
No,
notable, but I don't know.
I was just
I've seen
kidding.
better.
He doesn't even care about Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs.
I like Jamie Lee Curtis, but she's never been like a sex symbol type actress to me.
I think she was hotter in that one movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger than she was in Trading Places.
Savannah just says, what?
This did take a weird turn.
It's Halloween or nothing.
No.
Get her before she turned into a mom look.
This is gonna become the Jamie Lee Curtis fight.
The Curtis match.
No,
The Curtis cat fight.
I think you should look it up.
Jamie Lee Curtis or there aren't enough Curtises. I can picture an older actor as a Curtis, but I can't think of what his. Jamie Lee Curtis or Tony Curtis.
For what?
Yeah, for what? It makes quite a bit of difference
Sing
there.
country songs, or I mean,
No, he's an actor.
Singing
got a
of any
cowboy hat on.
kind. Yeah.
He was in a lot of movies, like
Yeah.
What are his boobs like?
Rawhide years.
Yeah.
okay, he was in a lot of stuff. I
Mhm.
don't know most of it.
Yep. So, like I said, if it's to sing country songs, I'd go with him.
He was in Hardball, starring Keanu Reeves, direct-to-video, 1997.
They were trying
Oh
to beat
man,
my depth, but they
Hardball.
failed hard.
No, he was actually in a lot of stuff. That's like one of the. There aren't a whole lot of direct-to-videos. There's a lot of legit movies, but I don't really know them. So we're just prolonging it. Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Before we boot you off of here, which sounds rude, but we're going to be getting off of here because this is going a little long. What have you got going on? You got anything in the pipeline? Or you got anything that come out recently that you want people to know about?
Well, I have my Lion-O episode of Bull Spit with Moose that's available now at EMC.
Why is it a Lion-O episode? Why not a Chitara?
Because
I can't get a hold of Chitara.
you should go into it. Why is it a Lion-O episode?
Because I interviewed Larry Kinney, the voice of Lion-O.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good get.
He was fun to talk to and was nice enough to redo the interview after my internet crapped out the first time.
That's oh god, that's hard, man. I don't know. I've been.
If I were him, I'd have been heated. But he was nice enough to give me that old college try.
That's cool.
So that's out. This month for Monster Mash, and I'll be recording it soon. I will have John Dugan from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Gosh, man, you're just pulling them in. That's impressive.
So that tends to that hopefully leads to be a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
That should be out in the next week or so, whenever the 25th is.
I was gonna say the 25th is usually when you come out with new
episodes. Yeah, it's like whenever that is.
It'll be just before you edit that episode the weekend.
Yes. Say just before the 24-hour extravaganza. That
somebody should talk to Grawlix about this stuff. Grawlix might be interested. Just gonna throw that out there. I felt like Bill Clinton for a second.
You sounded like Bill Clinton a little bit.
Starfighter Entertainment Group. Nobody ever talked to Randy. Maybe they should.
Well, by the sounds of it, we're all going to be stuck inside for multiple more months. So I'd imagine there's another one coming.
Gotta flatten the curve.
My next convention sounds like it's unofficially canceled.
Bill Clinton likes curves.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton does like curves.
He does. He does like curves.
Like the saxophone.
Which means, Jesse, your next show is potentially canceled as well.
Which one's this?
Smallville.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we kind of just gave up hope on all shows. Like we hadn't even really signed up for them. And then it was like, why even try at this point?
Yeah.
Do them all.
I'm sorry, I had it muted. Restart.
Why can't they just do them all like virtually?
They just they've been trying that.
As far as the con goes, that's great, but that doesn't do us any good.
That's the problem. Like it, and I guess they could sell some type of admission to access this content or these live streams or something, but like the vendors, it doesn't really help them much.
Well, but they could do it like, this is the thing, and then on the side you can have the vendors scroll by and they can
like a simple
stuff.
plugin for like Etsy type or like shops. That'd be kind of cool.
Some of them have tried doing that, but it's hard. It's a harder sell, I think. I mean,
well, yeah.
When they're right there in front of you, they pick it up, they can feel it, they can look at it,
Yeah.
It's tangible.
Yeah.
And so far, the only one that's been successful at virtual cons is Wizard World. And they charge an arm and a leg for
everything.
Basically a panel. It's what
years ago, we had a joke, and I made a clip of it, but what was the con Fort Calhoun con.
Oh, we had a
Con.
con, yeah.
Where it was the whole thing was like, we're not going to tell anybody where it's at. Don't come to our con.
Oh, what was that called? We even made like an image up for it.
It was like 2016 or 17 we did this.
I vaguely remember, maybe.
We should put on a con now.
Yeah.
And be like, the con's going on. We're not going to tell you because we need social distancing. We're not one of those jerks that's going to open up during all this, but better be there or not.
Yeah. We'll be there or not.
Be there.
Together with the 6-foot pole.
Yeah.
That's part of admission. You're renting your pole.
Like a bubble boy. We'll just have bubbles that we can walk around in.
Cosplay is not only encouraged, it's mandatory, and you have to dress up as a character with full mask.
Yeah.
Be a lot of plague doctors.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All right. Paul, thanks for hopping on with us. Oh, did you say where people can check this stuff out?
Over at Electronic Media. You'll fill in the blanks.
See, nobody I was talking to Melanie just about this earlier. I know I'm prolonging the episode, but
Electronic Media Collective.
Thank you.
It's a bad name. It's not.
I think
it's a good name for like a company. It's a bad name for something that you want people to remember because people that have been on the network for years still can't remember what it is.
Tell them just to say EMC.
I wish I could change the name, but at this point, there's probably like hundreds of episodes out there that have the EMC bumper that say it's something I've been thinking about.
So, or just hit me up on Twitter at Moose Media Inc.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're in the middle of something.
Segway.
Go to emcpod.net/moose or bullspit /moose or /bullspit. Those will get you there. Oh my God, Jasper, here you go. Oh, Jasper doesn't say anything until it's like, stop prolonging. Get off the episode. End the episode. What's up, Jasper? Thanks for joining us. Hey, real quick, Jasper, if you were stuck somewhere in quarantine or a desert island with a Nick Cage character, which Nick Cage character would it be? And while Jasper's thinking that over, hey, you can find more of this stuff. There's lots of podcast episodes going up on the feed lately of, well, these live shows, but also live shows. The live show we did. Oh, Jasper is doing lockups. No, it's fine. He's in lockup.
Dun, dun, dun.
With Nick Cage.
We did a live show on Livecast earlier this week. That's up as a podcast. You should check that out. The one from Face Off.
Which one?
He seems fun. Yeah, which Nick Cage? The first Nick Cage or John Travolta Nick Cage?
If you're in a lockup, you want to go with The Rock.
The Rock Nick Cage. Interesting.
Sorry.
Which one is to blame? That might be the one to blame for him becoming an action star. Which one came
Probably.
first? Gone in 60 Seconds, Con Air, or The Rock?
The Rock.
Yep.
Was it The Rock?
Because that was the Michael Bay.
Michael Bay ruins
Michael
everything.
Bay. He does a lot.
Creature Cage? Oh,
I want to make a movie that's Michael Bay ruined our childhood.
Jasper says Nick Cage from Face Off. The Nick Cage Cage.
Castor Troy as a preacher.
Yeah.
He's doing that whole like head bob thing.
Oh, I don't like that movie. And I think it's Nick Cage's fault.
Yeah.
And John Travolta. So the two leads.
Yeah.
When they switch, it's not better. It's
No.
worse, maybe.
Oh, because then they're acting as
Looking
the
in
other
a mirror.
Take your face off.
It's like looking in a mirror, but not.
He's so cagey. Okay. All right. Hey, you can find more of this at grawlixpodcast.com. GRAWLIX podcast.com. Jasper loves his head dance.
Loves the head dance. Yeah.
GCU season 5 or 4. 5.
It's 5 because 4 was horror. 4.
Jive.
5 is going to be horror as well. All Cage all the time. Not really.
No,
I'm not committing to that.
No.
Look at Paul's face. Jive. No, we're not doing Jive.
God,
Season Jive is not going to happen. We can't even come to an agreement as to what that would mean, because in my head I'm like, so 70s like blaxploitation movies, and you're like talking about like
Boogaloo.
20s 30s flapper dancing, and I'm like, no, these are I don't think this is not going to work.
And then you could have a jive turkey, which could be the turkey from Thanksgiving.
Oh no, I've seen enough about. I've never watched that. I think there's 2 of them, but I've seen enough on YouTube to know what that is.
That's one jive turkey.
Thanksgiving and airplane.
All right. Oh, that's a double feature. Thanksgiving and airplane.
Did you see Jasper's comment there?
That's actually really good. That's actually really good. Season Fiverr, where we get all of our co-hosts off Fiverr. I feel like that's also a jab, but at who?
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what kind of co-host I could get for $5 an episode. It might be worth looking into. Thanks. Good idea.
Probably better quality than me.
Sorry.
I'm cheap.
Now, is that you?
Yes, go away.
So all of that.
It's my mini me.
Okay.
The mini you?
Yeah. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, Mini Moose.
Does he know Nick Cage movies?
No.
Which Nick Cage does he want to get stuck with?
He knows turtles.
Does he
I
like
turtles?
I like turtles.
He likes turtles. All right, go away. Go.
Reboot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action. Nick Cage plays all 4 turtles. And Splinter.
Baxter, he would be great as Baxter Stockman.
That's a good point.
That's who I'd want him to be.
And April O'Neil.
Oh.
And April O'Neil. And whatever his name is, that the cameraman that
Yeah.
always runs away.
And the Turtle Van.
Yeah. Nick Cage is the turtle van.
Nick Cage, in fact, okay, scratch it all. He's just the Turtle Van.
Nick Cage is now every role in the new Turtles.
Yeah, I'm on board.
So he is that Nick Cage leggings in Turtles, where it's just Nick Cage faces everywhere.
One time, and I was kind of upset about it, but one time Melanie installed this plugin in my browser that replaced every picture that when I went online, I went onto Facebook, it replaced every picture with a picture of Nick Cage. And for a moment, I was like, I've been hacked. And then she's like, whoa. And I was like, it scared the crap.
Did you get that picture I sent you?
Yes, what was this?
That was my Uncle Carl. Well, that is my Uncle Carl. The one I said Cage looks like in One Man Army.
Mm.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah, that's my Uncle Hippie.
How do you cut a beard to get such a good shape?
Which one?
Not you. Your beard looks like mine. Like when it just like does.
Just poof. Oh
His
wait,
beard is like chiseled. It's amazing.
Yeah. It just kind of grows that way. He had a 400-pound propane tank blow up on him, and since then his hair just grows in a natural form.
He's like a comic book hero. Wow, amazing beard man. One day he got
in an unfortunate explosion.
400-gallon propane tank explosion, and since then his beard has been immaculate.
Like it just grows in a natural shape.
Wow.
He can deflect bullets with his beard, but only his beard.
Yeah.
It's like he belongs on Dexter's lab.
In that blast, his beard was fused.
It's like the Thing. It's like made of
Yeah.
rock now, but it still looks.
It's
like
an
a beard.
impermeable mass.
Only the righteous can lift it.
I love you guys. You're taking it.
Don't rush me. Oh no, you got to go.
Yeah.
I forget you're here, as opposed to like somewhere else. And you're here. He's got places to be, like home.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we are taking way too long. Okay, guys, this has been fun. I'm a little disappointed there wasn't more of a turnout, but you know what? Like we said earlier, quality.
Yep.
And so, Savannah, Paul, of course, Jasper here at the end. And
I am
Matt-
the toy in the Happy
and Matt-
Meal.
Who wasn't here really?
Matt D, who wasn't here because he's anti-Facebook. He's one of those. He's somewhere recording a 60s reboot podcast with a tinfoil hat
And a tin can.
and a tin can on a string.
I don't know how you plug that into your mixer, but pretty impressive that he does.
It gets hardwired.
That's some Jerry the Gnome magic, probably.
And anyone else who tuned in or listens later on the podcast feed. Thanks for checking us out. And you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.